they will shut down the Cowboys' offense.
Jump out there, Craig.
That's what they're going to do.
Really?
That's right. I said really, Plaxico, Burress, really. The New York Jets are the best defense in football. And now you have a quarterback that has been interception prone in his career. That's what we're all counting on, right? And I think, we're all counting the Jets out because, they don't have Aaron Rodgers. I get it. And Zach Wilson's a lousy quarterback. But Zach Wilson doesn't play defense. And Dak Prescott is still their quarterback. And I got a ball-hawking defense right now. Plus, I can run the football. So I think it's a much closer game than everybody else thinks. And I do think the New York Jets can, quote-unquote, shut down the Cowboy offense. I am not worried about Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn running up and down against me. I'm not. I'm
worried about Deuce.
The only guy I'm worried about is having seen Sauce Gardner get beaten several times by Stephon Diggs and even Gabe Davis. I am concerned about if he goes one-on-one against CeeDee Lamb, because if I'm the Cowboys, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I am concerned about that, but I'm not concerned about, Dak Prescott beating me, because he ain't gonna.
Well, Craig, you're right. This is a story of matchups this game. You're talking about the Cowboys defense versus the Jets defense. You talk about Zach Martins versus Quentin Williams. You're talking about CeeDee Lamb versus Trayvon Diggs. You're talking about there's matchups across the board. So for me, I just want to see our stars arise, right? Like, you can't judge who you are until you go against another worthy opponent. We get a chance to see that Sunday. And you said Sunday, we're going to see who the baddest defense in the planet is. We will see.
Number one, first of all, the New York Jets are not the best defense in football. Mm-hmm. And number two, they will not stop the Dallas Cowboys like you think they will.
No.
After watching last week, Sauce Gardner is vulnerable in man-to-man coverage. Listen, he's a great young player, but he's not Darrelle Revis.
Not yet.
Yet.
Correct.
So if the Dallas Cowboys' plan is to go out and play man-to-man against CeeDee Lamb with no help over the top, I think Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb will have a bigger day than you.
Well, we are going to be in their backfield as well. We have the best front line in football for my money. And don't forget,
so y'all just have the best everything over there, huh?
No, not quarterback.
Right. I'm talking about defense.
Yeah, defense, we're position by position. We have the best in the league. I will also tell you this. Brandon Cooks is a game-time decision. He might not play. That's significant because now you can double CeeDee Lamb on every third and long and not have to worry about man-to-man coverage.
Our secondary, they're not doubling CeeDee Lamb. Our secondary is too good for that.
The pride of that defense and Sauce Gardner will not allow him to double CeeDee Lamb because he wants to prove how good he is.
Now, forget about pride. I'm going to double CeeDee Lamb.
They want to prove how good Sauce Gardner is.
Sauce and CeeDee is going to be an interesting matchup. What scares me about Sauce Gardner is sometimes he gets too handy. Handsy, right? Yeah. He plays too high, especially when he tries to tackle. He's going to have to play lower. He's about 6'1", 6'2". He's going to have to play better in the position. But overall, that's going to be the matchup of the day. And hopefully Sauce can step up because he got embarrassed Monday night.
Yeah, you can't wait for the Jets to embarrass themselves. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, you love it.
I love when great players play against each other. Man.
I agree with you on that. It's a matchup we look forward to. If you're Dallas, just from a competitive standpoint, because you can line CD up wherever you want, left side, right side, the Jets don't follow players.
They don't
DJ Reed plays the right side. Sauce only plays the left side defensively. Would you line CeeDee Lamb up more against DJ Reed?
Yeah.
Or are you not worried about lining him up against Sauce?
I think what's going to happen first and second down, they won't take it into consideration. But when they need first downs on third down, they will motion CeeDee Lamb, from the outside to the inside to give him some matchups with some linebackers and some nickelbacks. So
got it.
I think that's the plan on third down for CeeDee Lamb.
I hope the perception isn't that DJ Reed is easy.
He's a good ball player.
He's a scrappy ball player, a damn good one. So if I had to choose who I'm going against, I'm going at Sauce because Sauce is going to want to prove himself that what happened Monday night was a fluke. That he's that guy.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought Dak up because everyone's talking, of course, about Zach Wilson, but Dak Prescott's as big a question in this game as I think Zach Wilson is.
Absolutely. No, he's not.
Moving on to our third headline. Can the Bengals bounce back, get their first win, get back on track against the Ravens?
Yeah, they can, but they're not gonna. Because Joe Burrow's not 100%. The offensive line did a bad job protecting him against the Cleveland Browns. Where Baltimore's not banged up is the guys that go get the quarterback. Obviously going into week 2, playoff revenge. They did not play a great game offensively last week in getting a win. Lamar Jackson wasn't the guy we thought he might be out of the gate to the point where Odell Beckham was chirping a little bit about not getting a target till the third quarter, etc. I think Baltimore is the better team right now. I respect Cincinnati. I know they're going to be good, but we all saw Joe Burrow And he is not 100%. So now if you're telling me I got a much more stationary Joe Burrow because the calf ain't right and a defense that is good, I think they were there 5 sacks in week 1, then I'm going to lean towards Baltimore to go into Cincinnati and beat them in their home opener.
Yeah, I got Baltimore winning too, solely because I think Joe Burrow is going to be pressing, right? You're talking about T. Higgins having 8 targets and 0 catches. He's going to want to get in a rhythm with that receiving core. And you know Baltimore's, listen, we're going to go after you. You can't move in the pocket. We're going to make it an ugly day for you. So
yeah, and by the way, Cincinnati is one of those few teams that can be 0-2 and still make the playoffs.
I think the Baltimore Ravens for this game is going to be pressure.
Yep.
I can see them on the first third down, empty in the middle of the field and going to zero.
Oh, right after. Yeah.
We're going to see how healthy Joe Burrow is from the start. And if he can't get out of the pocket, that's going to be the tell-all for the game.
Remember, 82 yards in week 1 against the Cleveland defense, got benched in the 4th quarter, and now he's going up against a defense that might not be as good as the Myles Garrett-led defense, but like the guys are saying, they will get into the backfield, and they make Joe Burrow either throw it away real quick, kind of duck and hide like we saw Jalen do a bunch last night, or get his ass handed to him.
I just want to just show exactly how many people are out for the Ravens, because they're not necessarily household names, but they're missing key players all over both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Do you think that this will play a role in the game?
It's not going to play a role on their ability to get to the quarterback, I don't think.
Right.
And they do get Mark Andrews back. He's playing. So that's a significant get back for them offensively. But those guys right there have very little to do with getting pressure on Joe Burrow. So, look, if you're relying on backups, they're still NFL talented guys.
Still play.
But you do take a little step backwards, right? But I saw the Eagles last night missing 4 guys, and they won a game.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the difference between winning and losing.
And you also got to acknowledge this is potentially a power shift in the division, because the Bengals have won the division multiple times, and Lamar Jackson, especially trying to prove why he's worthy of the bag, has an opportunity to go against a guy who they consider the next Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. So if you
what? The next what?
Like Tom Brady, they look at Joe Burrow as being stoic in the pocket quarterback who can deliver the football and potentially win a Super Bowl. My point is, Lamar Jackson, this is a great opportunity for him to show the world, I'm better than Joe Burrow.
Plaxico, it seems like you have a thought on that.
No, we're not making him the next Tom Brady.
I said potentially.
Potentially, no. There's no
well,
potential.
He has to win a couple Super Bowls.
To win 7 Super Bowls.
I
can give the man an opportunity. He says he's a pocket quarterback who's cold-blooded like Tom Brady.
He's a former NFL MVP. Let's start there.
Our
win
fourth
his division. Let's start there.
I'm fine with Michael.
Our 4th headline. We're trying to show that Jacksonville is different.
Yeah.
Is Jacksonville different? Will they prove that at home against the Chiefs?
Well, I mean, they're different than the team we saw prior to the last 9 weeks last year. They're good. And now they've got expectations, right? They've got a legitimate quarterback. Calvin really showed you week 1. He's back. It is a problem for defensive backs and defenses. I don't necessarily love, their running game week in and week out, but they have a legitimate quarterback, a good defense, and obviously they're very well coached. What's interesting to me is, it's when you're the best team in football and you dominate most of your opponents, life's fun, playing ball is fun, it's all good. There's very little worry you have. Even when you lose a random game, hey, we're 8-2, no big deal, right? It'll be interesting to see what happens if Jacksonville gets a lead early in this game and the Chiefs press. Or if the Chiefs are like, this is uncharted territory for us. 0-1, down 10 points, we might be 0-2, and all of a sudden, maybe we're not the big bad Chiefs anymore. So I'm looking forward to going that way just to see how they respond. Look, your money's always got to be on Patrick Mahomes. It's fool's gold to everything. He's not good enough to make a play to win the game. I don't know how much you get out of Kelsey. I know we saw some practice video. Looked like he was fine. And I don't know how much you get out of Chris Jones. I'm sure he's in great shape and he's fine. But, man, if Jacksonville can win this game, the message that goes out to the rest of the AFC is there's blood in the water, and it's time for somebody to take the mantle from Kansas City. And I love that because I know a team that wears green that'll be right there climbing up to grab the mantle. And that team is not Jacksonville. That team is
you just
the
gotta
Jets.
wait until next season. Hey, listen, with Travis Kelce back and Chris Jones back, I think schematically the game plan changes on both sides of the ball. because now you get Chris Jones back and Spagnuolo. Now you can pressure the quarterback. Now you can call those blitzes, expecting to get pressure on Trevor Lawrence, and now the ball's coming out a lot quicker. So I think defensively, I think that's where you're going to see the biggest difference for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and on top of that, the Chiefs are coming into this game with a lot of questions that need to be answered. What's the condition of this receiving group is? What kind of shape is Chris Jones in? Is Travis Kelce healthy enough to be that red zone threat they know he can be? On top of that, if I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm coming this with like swagger out the wagoo. You talk about Etienne, you talk about Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk. I mean, these guys are going to be fired up, ready to go. And plus, Doug Peterson with Trevor Lawrence is saying, hey, man, this is your time to rise. Yeah. You only get minimum opportunities to be that guy. Be that guy against the guy, and you will be the future for the NFL.
Just for the record, it's not the Wagyu, that's steak, it's the Wazoo.
Wagyu. It's expensive steak. It's overrated, very fat.
Yeah. Hey, I've been in games like this, in situations like this, and when you're playing one of the top tier teams in the league, like Jacksonville Jaguars, and these are the games where you go out and give it everything that you possibly can, and the Kansas City Chiefs don't play their best game, and you still lose. It's very deflating.
And there's no excuses. Why? Because everybody's on deck.
Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.